The Lion Guard. Guardians Divided. Season 1. Episode 13. The Fallen Fastest. Scene 1. Morning at the Lion Guard lair. The first pale light of dawn stretches across the savannah. The lair is quiet, but movement stirs within. Bunga bounces excitedly nearby, tail flicking. Bunga. Come on, sleepyheads, the sun is up. Fully stretches gracefully, muscles coiling and releasing. Kyan rises, mane tousled, eyes sweeping the team. Kyan. You hungry? Let's go find breakfast before anyone else notices. Fully. Sure. They step out together, moving gracefully across the grass. Bunga. Look at them, Kyan and Fully. They move like they own the savannah already. Kyan flicks his tail, alert, glancing at Fully. She gives a small nod. Together, they pad forward, senses sharp, ready for whatever the day brings. The rest of the guard begins to stir fully, stretching, yawning, and preparing for their patrol, unaware that danger lurks just beyond the horizon. Scene 2. Hunting before the patrol. The sun rises higher, painting the savannah in gold. Kyan and Fully move side by side, low to the ground, ears twitching at every rustle. Fully. Think you can catch that impala before me today? Kyan flicks his ears, tail swishing, muscles tensing as he crouches. Kyan. Of course I can. Fully smirks, crouching herself, eyes gleaming. They dash forward suddenly, racing across the tall grass. Dust kicks up around them. Fully zigzags, agile, trying to lose him, while Kyan keeps pace, careful not to scare the prey. Fully. You're slower than I thought. Fully twitches her nose, chuckling, then darts ahead. Kyan lunges, playful, but lets her get the first strike. She leaps, catching the impala with a clean swipe, landing gracefully beside it. Fully. See? Fully twitches her nose, chuckling, then darts ahead. Kyan lunges, playful, but lets her get the first strike. She leaps, catching the impala with a clean swipe, landing gracefully beside it. Fully. See? Told you I'd win. Kyan nudges her lightly. Kyan. All right, you got me this time. But I was close, let's share. Kyan. The others will be here soon. Fully. I like the mornings like this, just you, me, and the savannah. Fully rolls her eyes but smiles softly, nudging Kyan. The two finish their meal quietly, listening to the rustle of the wind and the distant calls of the guard. There's a fleeting peace, a moment of connection, before Kyan stands, stretching. Kyan. Time to check on the others. Let's see what trouble Bunga and Beshti are stirring up today. Fully nods, tail flicking. Together, they move toward the Lion Guard's lair, ready to join the rest of the team, unaware that danger waits just beyond the horizon. Scene 3. Saying goodbye to Ronnie and joining the guard. The morning sun is stronger now. Kyan and Fully approach the entrance of the Lion Guard lair. From the shadows of the den, Ronnie watches them, alert but calm. Her eyes meet Kyan's, and he pauses, heart tightening. Kyan. Ronnie. He steps closer, brushing his muzzle gently against hers. A tender lick on her cheek, a silent promise that he'll return safely. Ronnie. Be careful, Kyan. Kyan. Always. Fully rubs against his side, tail flicking impatiently, but understanding the moment. Kyan looks back at her, then turns toward the horizon, his face set with determination. Kyan. Ready, Fully? Fully. Always. They move together toward the open plains. The rest of the guard begins to stir, Beshti lumbering out, Bunga bouncing, Ono flapping nervously overhead, and Anga and Azad stretching their wings and legs. The group is ready, the team, united. Kyan. Let's go, stay sharp, the leopards won't wait for us to be ready. The guard falls into formation, Kyan leading, Fully at his side. The savannah stretches before them, golden and alive, unaware of the danger about to descend. Ronnie watches them go, her tail flicking with worry, but she holds her ground, knowing Kyan will do everything he can to protect his family and friends. Scene 4. Walking to the leopard border. The Lion Guard moves steadily across the savannah, paws silent on the dry grass. Kyan leads, Fully at his side, her ears flicking at every sound. Beshti lumbers behind, Bunga bounces with nervous energy, Anga glides low over the ground, and Ono flutters above, scanning for threats. Azad stalks quietly near the edges, alert. Fully. So, do we actually have a plan this time, or are we just running into them hoping they don't see us first? Kyan. We have a plan, but part of the plan is staying calm. Watch, listen, and move as a team. That's what keeps us alive. Anga. We're all counting on each other. If one of us slips. Kyan. Then the rest of us pick up the slack. That's the guard. For a few minutes, the conversation drifts to lighter topics as they walk. Bunga points out a termite mound, trying to make everyone laugh with his silly antics. Vashti comments on how quiet the plains feel today, and even Fuli allows herself a small, amused huff. Kyan. All right, when we reach the border, split into 2 teams. Fuli, you're with me up front. Vashti, Bunga, Azad take the left flank. Anga, oh no, cover the skies. Watch for ambush points. Fuli. Got it, quiet, fast, and stick together. The guard moves forward, the wind carrying the scent of predators. The tension builds, but for a moment, they are just friends walking together, sharing small laughs, nudges, and quiet reassurances, before the danger waiting at the border reaches them. Scene 5, approaching the leopard border. The lion guard moves silently across the savannah, the grass brushing against their paws. The sun is higher now, and the wind carries a faint metallic scent. Every step feels heavier as they near the border, their senses straining. Kyan. All right, everyone, keep your eyes open. Listen to the wind, the grass, anything that doesn't belong. Fuli. I can feel it too, something's different today. Quiet, too quiet. Vashti. I don't like it either, the prey's gone, no vultures, no hyenas, just silence. Kyan. That's why we stick together. If something comes, we handle it as a team. Remember, stay calm. Anga. I've got the skies, any movement, I'll spot it. Oh no. I see the borders clearly, and nothing yet. But we need to keep moving. Fuli falls into step beside Kyan, matching his pace. Her tail flicks nervously, and she glances at him. Fuli. You think they'll try the same tactics as last time? Kyan. Maybe, maybe not, that's why we're here early. We know their territory, we know their strengths, and their weaknesses. Kyan. And we've got each other, that's more than enough. Kyan. Eyes open, everyone. No mistakes. Stay sharp, stay together, and we'll get through this. The wind carries the faintest whisper of movement ahead, nothing solid, but enough to make the guard stiffen. Fuli's fur ripples along her spine. Vashti lowers his head. Bunga's tail twitches nervously. Anga circles overhead, wings tense. Ono's eyes scan every inch of the land. Kyan. Remember, we're the Lion Guard. Together, we're unstoppable. They pause for a heartbeat, sharing a glance of unity, the bond of friends, of family, of a team that has survived countless threats. Then, with synchronized precision, they move forward into the territory where danger waits, unaware of the storm about to hit. The Lion Guard reaches the edge of the leopard territory. The grass bends under the wind, the shadows long and restless. The smell of predators hangs thick in the air. Kyan crouches, muscles coiled, eyes scanning for movement. Kyan. Spread out, keep the line tight, but cover all angles. Move quietly. Fuli darts ahead, paws silent on the dry earth, tail streaming behind her like a ribbon. She glances back at Kyan, eyes bright with determination. Kyan nods and moves forward with precision. Vashti steps heavily beside him, shaking off dust and keeping his massive frame between the group and any potential threat. Bunga scampers to flank the group, nervous energy coiling in his small body. Bunga. I'm ready, I'll show them what a honey badger can do. Ono circles above, eyes sharp, wings beating steadily. His calm presence keeps the guard aware of every shadow, every rustle. Oh no. There's movement ahead, at least 3 leopards. Stay alert. Kyan crouches, low and lethal, muscles tensed like drawn bows. Kyan. Wait for my mark, no mistakes. We move as one. The leopards emerge from the tall grass, hissing and growling. Their yellow eyes glint with aggression. They expect an easy fight, but the Lion Guard is ready. Kyan. Now. The guard explodes into action. Fuli streaks forward, agile and fast, weaving between snapping jaws, striking at the nearest leopard with precision. Vashti charges with unstoppable force, tossing one attacker into the air. Anga swoops low, talons raking, while Azad flanks the predators with careful strikes. Ono calls out warnings from above, his voice clear and precise. The battle is chaotic but controlled. Each member of the guard moves instinctively, protecting one another while striking hard at the leopards. Dust swirls in the golden sunlight, and the sounds of growls, roars, and snapping claws fill the air. The leopards hiss and retreat slightly, taken aback by the coordinated ferocity of the guard. Kyan circles, his roar rumbling through the air, commanding attention and fear. Kyan. Hold the line, don't let them break through. The guard fights with everything they have, muscles straining, hearts pounding. Fuli's speed, Kyan's leadership, Beshti's bulk, Bunga's cunning, Anga and Ono's precision. Together they form an unbreakable front. For a brief moment, it seems as if the battle might be won. The leopards are pushed back, the outlands line secure. Kyan takes a quick breath, scanning the area, noting the movement of shadows and the rhythm of his team. Kyan. Stay together, just a little longer. We've got this. But even in this moment of seeming control, the wind shifts, carrying the faintest hint of a threat that no one has yet noticed. The guard is focused, united, and powerful, but the true test of this battle is still ahead. Scene 6, the ambush. The guard presses forward, leopards retreating under their coordinated attack. Dust swirls, paws pound the earth, and the sun casts long shadows across the backlands. Kyan leads, muscles coiled, eyes scanning for movement, every sense alive. Kyan. Keep your spacing, watch each other's backs. Fully streaks ahead, agile and swift, tail flicking as she darts between rocks and grass. She glances over her shoulder at Kyan and gives a quick, confident grin. Fully. Don't worry, I've got this. From the cliffs above, shadows shift silently. A hidden second group of leopards, twice the size of the first, crouches, ready to strike. They wait for the perfect moment. The guardians are spread out, momentum in their favor. Oh no. Movement, high cliffs, multiple figures, too quiet. Kyan. Everyone, eyes up. Too late. 4 leopards leap from the cliffs with explosive force, landing near Fully. She doesn't see them coming. The ground shudders under the impact. Claws rake the air, teeth glint, and Fully cries out sharply as she's slammed to the ground. Fully. Kyan. Kyan's heart freezes. In one instant, his world narrows to her. He lunges, powerful muscles driving him forward, fury fueling every step. He plants himself between Fully and the attackers, roaring so ferociously it echoes off the cliffs. Kyan. Get back. The guard scrambles, Beshti barrels through, Bunga lunges, Anga swoops low, and Azad strikes from the flanks. Together, they push back, but the leopards are relentless, teeth sinking, claws slashing. The air is thick with tension, the cries of battle piercing and raw. Kyan's roar grows louder, the power within him trembling on the edge of control. The ground beneath him shakes. Rocks tremble, dust rises in great clouds. Leopards are thrown back, some landing in the dirt, stunned. Fully struggles beneath them, her body trembling from the impact. Kyan lunges, grabbing Fully gently with his teeth, lifting her off the ground. She's panting, injured, and can't move her legs properly. Kyan. Hold on, I've got you, I've got you. He bolts, powerful strides taking them away from the danger. The guard follows, moving as fast as they can to regroup. The ambush has scattered them, but Kyan's mind is only on Fully. Every heartbeat is fear and desperation. When they reach a safer area, Kyan gently sets her down. Kyan. Fully, please, please be okay. Fully. I'm fine, just, stunned. Kyan exhales shakily, relief washing over him, but his eyes burn with worry. The other guard members arrive, panting and wide-eyed. Beshti gasps, Bunga trembles, Ono flutters anxiously above, and Anga lands near them, tense and alert. Bunga. What happened? Kyan. She's shaken but she's okay. For now. Fully leans weakly against Kyan, her chest rising and falling slowly. The guard stands in a tight circle, silent but united, watching the horizon for the leopards that are surely regrouping. Kyan. We can't let this happen again. Not to anyone, not to any of us. The wind blows across the backlands, carrying the faint echo of distant growls. The battle isn't over. The shadow of the leopards looms larger than ever. Kyan's resolve hardens. He will protect his friends, his family, even if it costs him everything. Scene 7, Regroup and Strategy. The guard gathers in a small clearing just beyond the immediate danger zone. Dust hangs in the air, and the grass is trampled from the chase. Kyan lowers Fully to the ground, letting her rest. She winces slightly but forces a brave smile at him. Fully. I'm okay, just a scratch, you don't need to worry. Kyan. Don't lie to me, you nearly got pinned under them. Fully. I know, I'm lucky I'm fast, and you're stubborn. That helps. Beshti shakes his massive head, still catching his breath. Beshti. Kyan, that was intense, we barely held them off. Bunga. Yeah, I don't even want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't jumped in. Kyan. We need a plan, they know we're coming. They're smart, they'll set traps. We can't just charge blindly again. Oh no. There's more movement near the cliffs, too many shadows to count. They're watching. Azad. We'll need a diversion. Something to split them up before we strike again. Kyan crouches low, thinking. His gaze drifts to Fu Li, resting beside him, and then to the rest of the guard. He straightens, voice low but firm. Kyan. We'll do this together. Everyone knows their role. Move as one. Protect each other. No one gets left behind. The guard nods, tension easing slightly as a shared resolve forms. They begin moving again, the guard in tight formation, paws sinking into the soft earth. Conversation drifts between tactical discussion and light teasing, reminding them all why they fight together. Kyan and Fu Li slip side by side, their steps almost synchronized, instinct and friendship blending with the weight of the coming battle. Bunga. Do you think they're closer than usual? Beshti. They've always been fierce together. But yeah, maybe a little different. Ono flutters above, circling, eyes sharp, keeping watch. The wind carries distant roars from the cliffs, a reminder that danger waits, patient and cruel. The guard moves onward, hearts pounding, paws tense. Kyan hears this and is shocked, knowing that Fu Li is a great friend, but that he is still in love with Ronnie, and Ronnie is his mate, not Fu Li, but he doesn't say anything. Scene 8, The Ambush. The cliffs loom ahead, jagged shadows stretching across the backlands. The guard slows, muscles taut. Kyan's nose twitches, the scent of leopards is strong in the air. Every sense screams warning. Kyan. Eyes up, move carefully, one wrong step and they'll pounce. Fu Li darts ahead, agile, but this time her movements are cautious. Her ears flick nervously. Kyan keeps pace, eyes scanning. The rest of the guard fans out in formation, silent and ready. Then, silence, too quiet, the air feels heavier, the shadows deeper. Suddenly, from the cliff edges, leopards drop in a coordinated strike, landing on the rocks with deadly precision. Oh no. Kyan, watch above. Leopards crash down on the formation. Fu Li is caught off guard, pinned under a heavy paw. She yowls sharply, Kyan's muscles coil, fury and fear mixing into a single, powerful surge. He lunges, powerful paws pushing the leopards back, teeth bared. Kyan. Get off her. The rest of the guard attacks, claws and teeth flying. Beshti charges, Bunga dodges, Anga swoops low. The battle is fierce, almost chaotic, but Kyan keeps moving, breaking through the attackers' ranks to reach Fu Li. He bites gently at the nearest leopard, sending it skidding back, then grabs Fu Li with his jaws, lifting her off the ground. Her legs tremble, her breathing shallow. Kyan. I've got you, hold on, Fu Li. Please. Dust clouds the air, shadows move, leopards regroup, preparing for another strike. Kyan's jaw tightens, his eyes meet Fu Li's, and for a brief heartbeat, the world narrows to just them, the bond of trust, friendship, and something deeper holding them together. Kyan. We're getting out of this, together. He charges forward, the guard following in unison. Every paw, every claw, every leap is precise. Their unity is their strength. But even as they flee, the shadow of danger looms, ready to strike again. Scene 9, Fu Li's fall. The guard emerges into a narrow canyon, hoping the confined space will give them an advantage. But the cliffs above are alive with motion. A second group of leopards drops silently from the ledges, an ambush more coordinated than anything before. Oh no. Fu Li, watch out. Fu Li twists to dodge, but one of the leopards claws her flank. She yowls, twisting in pain. Kyan lunges instinctively, claws flashing, teeth bared, trying to knock the attackers back. Kyan. Get away from her. The canyon echoes with the roar, the screeching of leopards, the shouts of the guard. Dust rises, blinding, but Kyan's eyes never leave Fu Li. He reaches her, pushes her gently aside, taking the brunt of a lunge himself. Fu Li stumbles, her legs faltering. Fu Li. Kyan, I'm okay. Kyan presses closer, nudging her to safety, but another leopard strikes from above. Fu Li is hit again, yowling. Blood streaks her golden fur. Her legs buckle, she collapses, pinned beneath a heavy paw. Kyan. No Fu Li. He lunges, tearing at the leopards with all his strength. The guard joins him, Beshti charges, Bunga darts in, Anga swoops low, Azad flanks. But despite their efforts, Fu Li doesn't move. Kyan nudges her, gently at first, then harder, panic building. Kyan. Fu Li, come on, you're strong, you always get back up. Please. She tries to lift her head, a small mule escaping her, but her body gives out. Kyan presses against her, feeling her warmth fade. His roar breaks the air again, a raw, desperate sound of grief and fury. Beshti. Kyan, she's. But Kyan doesn't hear him. His world narrows to just Fu Li, the fastest heart he's ever known, lying still in the canyon dust. He curls around her, nuzzling her cheek, sobs racking his frame. Kyan. I promised I'd protect you. I was supposed to keep you safe. The guard forms a tight circle, silent, each heart breaking with the realization. Ono lowers his wings, talons digging into the rock, unable to help. Anga hovers nearby, trembling. Bunga covers his face with his paws. Azad's ears droop as he quietly mutters a prayer in his own tongue. The wind blows through the canyon, carrying the faint scent of leopards, dust, and blood. And in that moment, the sun peeks over the cliffs, casting long shadows across the fallen lioness. Fuli is gone. Kyan. No, stay with me, please. He buries his face in her fur, claws digging into the dirt, refusing to let the reality settle. Tears streak his face, mixing with the dust. He doesn't move. He cannot move. The roar of the elders, the battles, the fury, none of it matters. Only Fuli, only the loss. The guard watches. They cannot comfort him. They can only mourn, hearts heavy, understanding that the fastest, fiercest, most loyal friend of their lives is gone, and nothing will ever be the same. Scene 10. The return to Pride Rock. The sun is climbing high, painting the savannah in gold. Kyan trudges slowly, carrying Fuli's limp body across his back. Every step is a struggle. Her weight isn't physical anymore, it's the unbearable heaviness of loss. The rest of the guard surrounds him, moving silently, grief written on every face. Veshti. She didn't make it. Ono hovers above, wings drooping, beak pressed against his chest in sorrow. Anga and Azad flank the group, tails lowered. Even Bunga, usually bouncing with energy, moves with careful, heavy steps. As Pride Rock comes into view, the royal family notices immediately. Simba's eyes widen, and Nala's paw flies to her mouth. Kiara staggers back, her face pale, unable to process the scene before her. Kovu whispers under his breath. Kovu. Not her. Ronnie rushes forward, her paws pounding against the rock. She sees Kyan's face, drawn, hollow, eyes glistening with tears. She stops short, her chest heaving. With a gentle, desperate nudge, she presses herself into him, wrapping around his side. Ronnie. Kyan, I'm here. I'm so sorry. I know how much she meant to you. Kyan leans into her, letting the grief pour out. His mane tangles with hers, and he buries his face against her neck. His shoulders shake, sobs rattling through him. Kyan. I failed her. I promised I'd keep her safe. I promised. Ronnie licks his cheek softly, nuzzling him. Her presence is steady, grounding him in the storm of grief. She doesn't speak. She doesn't need to. Her warmth and closeness speak louder than words. Ronnie. You did everything you could, Kyan, everything. Kyan closes his eyes, leaning fully into her comfort, but the pain is relentless. The guard lowers Fuli's body onto a bed of soft leaves and flowers, prepared by Rafiki earlier. The circle tightens around her. No words, no titles, only grief, raw and consuming. Vatani, usually stern and sarcastic, sits quietly at the edge, eyes glistening. She doesn't speak, only looks on, as if silently acknowledging Fuli's life and Kyan's loss. Kyan. I loved her. She was. His voice trails into silence. Ronnie presses closer, whispering gently into his mane, letting him cry without restraint. The sun dips lower, shadows stretching long across the Pride lands. The wind carries the scent of the canyon, of dust, of Fuli's fur, and of sorrow. For a long moment, they remain like that, Kyan clinging to Ronnie holding him, the guard surrounding them, the weight of the loss pressing into every paw and claw. The world continues around them, but this moment is theirs, sacred, unbroken by words. Scene 11, Aftermath at Pride Rock. The sun has dipped lower, turning the Pride lands golden and shadowed. Fuli lies gently on a bed of flowers at the base of Pride Rock, the guard still circling her in silence. Kyan sits a short distance away, mane ruffled, ears drooping, eyes glassy. Ronnie rests beside him, pressing her body close, nuzzling his neck, offering quiet comfort. Kyan. She was the fastest, the strongest, and I couldn't keep her safe. Ronnie. Shh, Kyan, it wasn't your fault. You did everything you could. You saved the guard. You saved her. Kyan shakes his head, his paws curling into the dirt, teeth bared slightly in frustration and grief. Kyan. It's not enough. I should have seen it coming. I should have. Ronnie. No, Kyan, you're their leader. You did what any lion would do. You fought. You protected. That's what mattered. Veshti steps closer, his massive form lowering to sit beside Kyan. His voice is quiet, heavy. Beshti. She was amazing, and we all loved her. But Kyan, she knew the risks. We all did, and you did what you could. Ono flutters lightly to Kyan's shoulder, wings resting gently as if to brace him. His usually sharp, critical eyes are soft, concerned. Ono. You have to let the grief in, Kyan, but don't let it paralyze you. Fuli, she'd want you to keep leading. Kyan exhales shakily, staring down at Fuli's peaceful face. He presses his forehead into Ronnie's shoulder, drawing in her sand, finding strength in her presence. Kyan. I don't know how to keep going without her. Ronnie. You won't have to do it alone. I'm here, and the guard. We're all here. Together. Kyan finally lets himself lean against her, allowing tears to fall freely. The guard watches, some eyes downcast, others glistening with tears of their own. Silence stretches, heavy and sacred. The wind rustles the grass, the sun casts long shadows, and for a moment, the Pride Lands seem to hold their breath in mourning. Kyan slowly lifts his head, meeting Ronnie's eyes, and she gives a small, reassuring nod. It's a quiet promise, they'll face this together. Kyan. I'll make this right, for her, for all of us. Ronnie presses close again, licking his cheek gently. Kyan exhales, slowly, letting the grief wash through him, but drawing strength from her presence. The camera pans out to show the guard surrounding Fuli, Kyan leaning into Ronnie, and Pride Rock standing tall in the fading sunlight, a fortress, a home, and a place of memory. Scene 12, morning at Pride Rock. The sun hangs low over Pride Rock. Fuli's body rests on a bed of soft leaves and flowers, carefully laid by Rafiki and the guard. The air is heavy, almost still, broken only by quiet sniffles and the wind rustling through the grasses. Kyan sits beside Fuli, his head bowed. His mane is unkempt, and his golden eyes are red-rimmed from hours of tears. Ronnie presses herself against him, her head tucked under his chin, her body warm and grounding against his trembling form. Kyan. She was so strong, the fastest of all of us, and I couldn't keep her safe. Ronnie. Kyan, you did everything you could. You led, you fought, you saved the guard, you saved her. Kyan presses his forehead into her mane, letting the weight of grief anchor him. Beshti, standing beside them, lowers his massive head, his voice deep and sorrowful. Beshti. We all lost someone today, but Kyan, you did what no one else could. You protected us, even if it wasn't enough for her. Ono hovers just above, wings half folded, his usually chirpy tone subdued. Ono. Leaders can't save everyone, Kyan, but your heart was true. She knew it, she trusted you. Kyan lets out a long, shuddering exhale. Ronnie leans up, licking his cheek, grounding him with her presence. Ronnie. You're not alone, Kyan, I'm here, always. Kyan finally looks at her, eyes glistening, a small tremble in his voice. Kyan. I don't know how to keep going without her. Ronnie. You don't have to, not alone. I'm here, I'll be here every step. Kyan closes his eyes, resting his head against hers, letting the sobs flow. The guard circles Fuli, each of them in silent mourning. Bunga sniffles, Azad sits stiffly, wings drooping slightly, and Anga gazes with quiet disbelief. Scene 13, gathering at Pride Rock meal. Later, the sun has dipped a little further, the shadows stretching. Simba, Nala, and Kiara have arrived, and a small meal is set on a flat rock, freshly hunted antelope and smaller prey. The air is heavy with grief, but food is needed to sustain them. Kyan moves slowly, Ronnie at his side, her head brushing against his shoulder as they approach. She nudges him gently. Ronnie. Take your time, you don't have to rush. Kyan nods faintly, still haunted by the memory of Fuli's fall. He lies down beside Ronnie, keeping her close, as the royal family watches him with sorrowful eyes. Simba. Kyan, we can't imagine your loss. But you're still our son, our pride. Nala leans closer, eyes wet, her voice steady but tender. Nala. And we are here, all of us, together. Kiara sets down some small pieces of meat near the guard, glancing nervously at Kyan, who doesn't respond immediately. Ronnie nudges him again, encouraging him to take even a small bite. Ronnie. Eat, you need strength, let me take care of you for a moment. Kyan leans slightly into her, accepting the comfort, nibbling at the food. He glances at the guard, Beshti quietly munching, Anga preening, Azad silently observing, and Bunga twitching nervously at the side. As the meal continues, the tone slowly lightens. Ono flutters above, trying to make a small joke, his usual panicky energy replaced by nervous humor. Ono. Careful, Kyan, you might eat the whole antelope before anyone else gets a bite. Vashti lets out a soft, almost cracking chuckle. Kyan gives a small, humorless snort, but Ronnie leans in, licking his cheek, a gentle reminder of life and love still present. Ronnie. See, even Ono thinks you need to eat more. Kyan manages a faint smile, resting his head against hers. For the first time in hours, he feels a small anchor of warmth, not replacing Fuli, but reminding him he isn't alone. The Garden royal family share small glances, morning still heavy, but the meal and companionship providing a fragile comfort. The camera pans out, Pride Rock glowing softly in the sunset, Kyan with Ronnie at his side, the guard nearby, all bound by grief but beginning the slow process of healing. The weight of loss is still there, but the bonds of love, trust, and companionship shine through even the darkness.